But back into the free game though. So I know a lot of y'all watch my videos, and I probably inspire and motivate a lot of y'all, which is why I like having my platform, because it gives me a way to talk to people or teach people about shit that they probably didn't know before they was listening to me. You get what I'm saying? So what I want to tell y'all folks about today's video is consistency. I know a lot of y'all folks have been watching me lately, and y'all folks is proud of me because I'm being consistent. And I want to tell y'all why it was hard being consistent on YouTube for a long time when I was doing this shit. The main reason it was hard for me to be consistent is just because I want y'all folks to understand, bro, like, I'm doing a lot of this shit by myself. Is nobody helping me? Is nobody holding the camera for me? Is nobody just taking this journey with me? Everything I'm doing is on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say, like, sometimes I don't be motivated, but that's why you got to stay consistent, because even when you're not motivated or you lose motivation and you don't feel like you got a reason to be doing what you're doing, as long as you stay consistent, it'll always goddamn, like, it'll bring back in that drive. It'll make you lock back in again. Like, it was a lot of times when I don't feel like waking up and I don't feel like posting, but I dedicated myself to promising myself I was gonna make a video every 2 days and shit like that. And as much as I didn't feel like getting up, once you get into the motion of doing shit, you feel me, like, you feel like you accomplished something. So what I would tell y'all folks is, bro, just whatever you doing, bro, you're not always gonna be motivated. Sometimes it's gonna be days when you ready to quit and shit, but just stay consistent, because consistency is key. And at the end of the day, bro, being consistent is what's gonna make you get back motivated. Being consistent is what's gonna make that hard work turn into, like, what you want for real. You get what I'm saying? It's more than just manifesting shit and speaking shit into existence. You got to put the work behind it. So that's where the consistency come into play. And I can tell y'all how consistency could make or break a lot of situations. So a lot of y'all don't remember, but a couple months ago I blew up on social media, which is why a lot of y'all probably be watching me now. But I'm saying that because when I very first started doing all this stuff on social media, I was highly consistent. I was highly motivated. I was posting every day, not every 2 days. I was posting every day. I'm talking about on every platform, TikTok, Instagram, and all of that. But I say that because in less than a month, I had gained 30,000 followers on Instagram, 60,000 followers on TikTok. I had gained 10,000 subs on YouTube. And within a month of me being...
Man, listen. You know, people only start to respect you when you go ghost, man. And this is definitely something that it's a power play. It could be seen as that. You know, you look at the book, 48 Laws of Power. He touches on it, you know, but it's not even about power or leverage over anyone. It's just about learning psychology of human nature. And there's something so important about understanding that, because we want to be respected. We deserve to be respected. And we, and I say we because I believe that you could probably relate. I can operate out of respect for someone, even if I'm spending an extended amount of time with them. For some reason, this is not really how most human beings are. You know, the more time people spend with somebody, the more they take them for granted. And I think what I've done in my life, I think I've taken people for granted as well in my life. And what I did was I started waking up and doing practices of gratitude. So if I'm super grateful, you know, I'm going down the list of things that I'm grateful for. You know, the people that God put around me, I'm going to be thankful for that. I'm going to be grateful for them, if that makes sense, right? Because I'm naturally going to start listing, well, okay, thank you, God, for shelter, for food, for water, and for those that pray for me, for those that care for me, for those that love me, for those that are around me. Okay, cool. So we got that understood. It's a daily practice for people to start respecting you on a different level. They have to be the ones to have a daily practice or something where they're remembering, yeah, I'm grateful to be around this person. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. And the point that I'm making, the point of this video, is that usually people start to respect you when you go ghost. People start to respect you when you start focusing on yourself. People start to respect you when they can't spend all day around you. And usually when people spend so much time around you, they take it for granted and they don't really realize what they have in front of them. And that's unfortunate. But that'll never be me. I'll never take anybody for granted, you know, and we should practice not doing that. But it is important for us to understand, if we do want more respect, you do have to create some sort of separation. This goes for family as well. You know, people who have moved out of their parents' house, they tend to report a higher respect that begins to happen. You know, their parents start to have more respect for them simply because they're just not around them as much. I've seen that too. You know, I've seen that too, and that's life. And that's just human nature. We respect things that we don't see often because we don't see it often. And if you were to see something often, you might lose respect for it. You know, my favorite artist is Kendrick Lamar. I saw him when he came. You know, he had he got a tour, the GNX tour. And I seen him once before. My mother took me to see him in concert.
Inconsistent, I lost everything. You get what I'm saying? Not necessarily lost everything, but everything slowed down. All of my hard work is like it went back to zero. But I say all that because I let my motivation get to me, and my motivation fuck with my consistency, and it lost everything that I worked so hard for. So just remember, bro, if you work hard for something, bro, don't fall out of the game. Stay in the game. Keep your head locked in. Even when it's not fourth quarter, act like it's fourth quarter, because you never know, bro. Like, shit, that one video might change your life. One song might change your life. That one basketball game might change your life. So consistency, going to practice, just practicing your craft, and just staying true to what you're doing and being yourself, bro, that shit is important. So anybody that's watching this, I ain't finna give y'all no long ass blabber session. Y'all know I try to keep this shit plain and simple in my vlogs, but, bro, just keep working, bro. Always work, bro. You a person, your brain is always growing. As a new person, you learn new information every day. So just always be open to new things, you feel me? Be a sponge. Don't be the motherfucker feeling like he knows too much, or you too old or too big to grow, you feel me? I don't believe that shit about a dog can't learn new tricks. If that dog want that treat, he gonna learn them tricks, you feel me? So same shit apply to a person. But yeah, y'all, we is in traffic right now.
Back when the Damn tour was going on. So I seen him. The first time I seen him, I was like, bro, this is crazy. Like, you know, he's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is another human being. Okay, cool. Second time I seen him, it was still crazy. You know, it was still crazy, but it's like, yeah, I seen him before, you know. And it's still great to see him do his thing. But what I'm saying is, if you were to hang around your favorite artist 24/7, the allure might change. You know, for some people, they start to take things for granted. It starts to become their life. There's people who will go see him or another artist, or go see Beyonce. You know, I know people who have seen Beyonce 19 times in their life. Every time she's on tour, they go see her, and they go to the city next door. Now, ain't no problem with that, but the allure might start to fall off, because it's like, oh, I always see her in concert. So that's just a small example. Human nature tends to respect less when there's more, when there is an abundance of. It doesn't make it right, but that's just how people are wired. And so what can we learn from this? What we can learn from this is stop giving more than what's required. You know, and it doesn't mean that you can't be a good person. It doesn't mean that you can't, you know, go overtime if you have it. You know what I mean? But you want to make sure that you're filling up your own cup first. And you want to make sure that you're pouring into yourself. You know, don't overdo it for anybody, because at the end of the day, they might take you for granted. They might take your presence for granted, and they might have nothing of value to really offer you, right? Like, and it's not about materialistic things, but it's just about understanding that the number one currency that we have is our time. You know, that's one of our resources that matters so much, because we never know when that resource is up. Only God knows. So when we're spending time with people, we want to make sure that we're getting equal value back, you know, something back that can also, you know, that we could take with us. It could be wisdom. It could be knowledge. It could be great conversations that push us forward. Unfortunately, though, I think that what we're seeing in society is a lot of people are taking a lot of things for granted. A lot of people are not practicing gratitude, you know, and it's unfortunate, but we should never take anything for granted. There's people that might have taken their job for granted. Every single day they woke up, I hate my job. I hate my life. I hate that I got to get up and work. And then, but when you look around in society and you realize, oh, yeah, a lot of people are losing their jobs, or they can't get a job. Yeah, let me shut up and be grateful for my life. So I think it's a gratitude problem, y'all. Like, I think that we have a gratitude problem. It's not necessarily like, you know, oh, this is just how it is, and this is how it's always been, and this is how it's supposed to be. I don't think that this is how it's supposed to be. I think that people are supposed to be grateful for your presence, but that's just not how it works all the time. And that's more about the individual than it is you. You just keep being you, but be you
I am driving and talking to y'all. I will pick the camera up in a second because I'm trying to get out of traffic. So yeah, man, y'all folks just stay tuned and I'll see y'all folks in a second. Alright, so y'all boys know I like to give y'all some highway pulls in the video. Show y'all with the ZL1 talking about shit like that. I told y'all about that fourth gear. What'd I tell y'all about that fourth gear? Y'all hear that shit? Hold up. Y'all hear that shit? Hold on, we come around a little curve. I gotta goddamn grip the road real quick. Hold up. My bad, y'all. I'm over here playing with my gears. Hold on, we in fourth again? Y'all hear that shit, but yeah, y'all. We finna pull up at my cousin's house, so I guess I will pick back up the camera when we get there, you feel me, and just talk to y'all a little bit more and shit like that. I forgot to go grab something to eat doing all the goddamn talking. So yeah, man, before we go to my cousin's house, we finna go get some type of lunch or something of that nature, whether it be a smoothie or something. I just need to put some on my stomach. But yeah, I guess I'll get to y'all folks when we get to whatever food spot, drink spot I decide to go to. Pause.
You know, give people less time of you if respect is what you are looking for. If you're looking for more respect, if you believe people are taking you for granted, then I am of the belief that you should spend more time with yourself, pouring into yourself and giving your time, energy, and space to the people that really want to be around you. You know, give your time, energy, and presence. Presence to the people that really want to be around you, that really want to be your friends, that the people that don't take you for granted, the people that aren't trying to use you. So be careful who you spend your time with, and just understand that respect seems to be significantly more heightened when there's separation involved. When you spend less time around somebody, they are more appreciative that you are there. And yeah, I just wanted y'all to understand that. You know, sometimes we put ourselves in situations where, you know, we're around a group of people but that group of people, they don't really respect our presence the way that they should. And to me, respect is something that's huge. Respect is a big thing. You know, if there's no respect, then, you know, like, respect is step one. Respect is the foundation. If you don't have respect, then we can't build upon that and have love or have peace or have anything. Respect is what starts the foundation. And so if there's no respect, we don't have nothing. We don't have trust. We don't have love. It's like I don't know you. You don't know me. It's just not right, because you don't respect me. So it's just important for you to set the standard, you know, that, yeah, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to overextend myself for anyone, especially when they are not showing signs of respect. You know, people starting arguments, people talking nasty to you, people raising their voice at you. It's a lack of respect. You know, it's like, you better know who you're talking to. Like, I've never spoken to you in that way. I've never disrespected you. Why are you attacking me in that way? What is your problem? Like, and people have problems, bro, you know, that they have to fix. And it's like, when you're around them, you know, if they don't respect you, essentially, they're just not on their best behavior. You know, they don't treat you like a guest. They treat you like an everyday person. It's disrespectful. You know, we should always treat people the right way. And we should always care for people. And we should always be thankful for people's presence. We don't do that. That's not good. And the best way for you to take your power back, the best way for you to garner that respect back, is simply by making sure that you are doing the things that you need to do for yourself, making sure that your cup is filled first, you know, and then you can worry about other people. You have to take care of yourself, bro. And a lot of times we don't do that. You know, we think, oh, everything will work out, everything will be okay. You know, I know this person is grateful for me. And then all of a sudden, they start disrespecting you. It's because they're taking your presence for granted. There's a lot of people back then I would give my presence to. I give my presence to a lot of people back then. But, you know, I realized, man, it's like, am I giving my presence to myself? And some people might think that's silly, or some people might say, what does that even mean? it's like spending time with yourself, man. Like that matters.
Because I just said something about putting something in my stomach. That was hella ayo. What I was gonna say, I really forgot what I was gonna say. I really just cut the camera on for nothing just then. This is awkward. My bad, y'all. It do hit different when you feel me, the little bit of goddamn marijuana you used to smoke has touched your short-term memory, so you can't remember what you was finna say like 5 seconds ago. No, I can't be the only person that be happening to, but oh, that's what I was finna tell y'all. Yeah, so yeah, y'all, we supposed to be going to a video shoot later for Mar. If y'all don't know who Mar is, man, shout out No Love Mar, one of my very good YouTube partners, one of the only people that be helping me with anything when it come to YouTube, for real, because a lot of people don't be trying to give game or put other people on. He's supposed to be real stingy with YouTube, like it's gonna cut their money down or something if you show other niggas how to do YouTube. But yeah, man, shout out to Mar. Finna go do a video with him later.
We try so hard to spend time with other people. If you got free time in your schedule, you think that if somebody say, hey, can we hang out, that free time is not your time, that it's somebody else's time. Nah, bro, you've been working nonstop. Like sometimes you just need that time to sit on the couch and relax, bro. You know, you don't want people to take you for granted. Then they start disrespecting you and they start talking out their necks. You know, it's all about respect over here. So your presence really does matter. Where you put your presence at matters. Where you go matters. You know, those things matter so much because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you just surrounded by a whole bunch of people that don't appreciate you. But when you start to go ghost and when you start to focus on yourself, when you start to do the things that you need to do, that's when people start respecting you. Once you start doing the things that you said you were going to do, that's when people start respecting you on a whole different level. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what I'm trying to say is once you finally put the camera focus on you, you know, once you finally start giving yourself the time and attention that you so desperately need and deserve, you know, once you start to accomplish your goals and dreams, that's when people start to focus on you. You know what I'm saying? That's when people start to lock in on you. You know, that's when people start to say, oh, he's really doing it. Right? And we got queens watching too. She's really doing it. Shout out to the queens watching. You feel me? It's purpose-driven people all across the world. But a lot of people don't understand or relate to it. So when we finally put our purpose first, they're saying, oh my gosh, you know, why haven't you been around? Why aren't you at the clubs? Why can't you party with us? And it's because, you know, hey, I'm partying with my purpose. I'm doing the things that I need to do to carry my life to the next level, fam. It's either you going to join me in that, help me with that, or you just going to sit down and criticize me all day. What we going to do and what is it going to be? It's either you purpose driven as well or not. You know, I wrote in my book, there's a passage in my book, and I said that, you know, we should have requirements for who we have in our life. Why would I want to have somebody that's not purpose driven and not locked in my circle? That's going to mess up everything that I'm working on. And it's so true. And I believe that passage was in the chapter about setting boundaries. It's important to set boundaries. The book is called The Purposeful Man Playbook. It's out on Amazon right now. So you can go check that out. But, you know, it's important, man. Like, we just can't hang around everybody. Facts. You have to hang around the right people. You have to hang around the right groups of people. And they have to be adding some sort of value to you. And when value is not added, it's wasting your time. It's wasting your life. Value.
What that is this cloud, this person, whoever you believe in, the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, it is him talking to you through your subconscious mind and sending you things through your intuition. Maybe you have 5 senses for a reason, but you have to understand that all 5 senses are your ways of connecting with the higher power and him telling you what's good for you, what's not. Some of y'all may be vegan, bro. Maybe you smelled meat one day and you like, this don't smell right. This don't align with what food supposed to smell like. That is the higher power giving you some sense of intuition. Maybe again, like I said, you walk into a room before the room end up having something bad happen to it, or somebody ends up breaking in the crib. You get this eerie feeling, that gut feeling, that feeling down your spine. Intuition is dead. Like it's literally like dead ass the fucking higher power talking to you through your subconscious. Listen to it, bro, and understand that those are the things that'll help you keep going up this battle, even when you don't have a direct answer. Some of y'all may believe in signs, but one thing that I could say is, even to the people that don't believe in signs, everyone has intuition, and that is what your intuition is. Follow your intuition and understand that even when you don't know where you're going or why you're going in that direction, you're going in the right direction because it is a gut feeling, and that gut feeling is your spiritual alignment with the direction that you're supposed to be going in. It's your spiritual alignment with your destiny. Anytime you do something and you feel bad about it, or you feel like you're not going in the right direction, 9 times out of 10 you're not. Anytime you feel like you're going in the right direction and you feel spiritually aligned with what you're doing, 9 times out of 10 you are. So what I want y'all folks to understand is, get a connection with the higher power, break the chain of being connected to your old self, and walk in the pathway of being your new self. And then eventually what happens from you doing all this is, bro, you have a clear understanding with the higher power. You are able to cancel out your old self and break the chain. And then eventually what happens is this bubble, this surrounding this life that you want, suddenly disappears, and the thing that you've been looking for is directly in front of you. You can erase the stairs, you can erase everything that you have behind you because you no longer need it. And now you've fulfilled your purpose and you're right here at your destiny. The only thing left to do at this point is walk into your happy home, bro. Walk into your destiny. And then eventually you'll go through this period and repeat the same process, but you'll be good in knowing that you've been through it before, and now that you understand it, you'll be able to do it the second time around without questioning what's going on, without questioning the why, without questioning the silence, and you will be able to manifest anything that you want for yourself. The crib that I live in right now, the cars that I have, all of the things that are surrounded by me are things that I have manifested. It's things that I've literally told myself I was meant to have. But I also had to let go of a lot of things on the way to getting here. I had to let go of friends. I had to let go of past relationships. I had to let go of past habits. I had to literally reprogram and be reborn again in order to put myself in this level right here. And even now, I'm still growing. I'm still changing. I'm still becoming something better than what I was yesterday. And with that being understood, I know that right now I'm going through a period of silence, and it's me walking into my new destiny and letting go of a lot of things that I used to have, whether it be cars, friends, whatever the case may be. But I am ultimately comfortable in taking this journey because I have an understanding that this person up here will always be connected to me, and as long as I'm walking in the right pathway, which is upward, I'm always going in the right direction. And that's something that I spiritually feel aligned with. My point in making this video is right now while I'm going through this, I know it's a lot of other people that probably are too, and I want to let y'all know that you're not alone, and if you're going through this, it's pretty easy to get through if you understand this. So what I want y'all folks to understand is, if y'all watched this video and you made it this far, just comment I'm here. Y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all still stuck around. And what I want y'all to know is, if y'all want me to continue walking this journey with y'all and teaching y'all more lessons, man, y'all folks hit the sub button and just leave me a comment in the comment section to let me know that y'all folks join the family. And long story short, I'll see y'all in another Casper Archive video, man. Deuces.
Does not just mean money or wisdom or anything like that. It's not about taking from somebody. It's about a mutual energy exchange where y'all are just flowing together, having good conversation. They're pouring back into you. Like, things like that matters, bro. And if you feel good when you hang around somebody, if you feel good, then they're giving you good value because they're making you feel good, bro. You know, they appreciate your energy. They appreciate your presence. But why would we want to be around people that don't appreciate our energy? Why do we do that? Why are we around people that don't appreciate our energy, man? It's not right. It's just not right. So when you go ghosting, when you start to focus on you, everything changes. Everything changes. People start looking at you different. People start looking at you different, you know, with more admiration. You know, when you leave your hometown, I've left my hometown, you know, people start people start respecting you different. They start seeing what you're doing different. It's like, okay, he's really focused. He's really locked in. He's really just doing him. You know? So, you know, I just wanted to come on here and let you know that that's how people work, man. If you feel like people aren't respecting you, if you feel like people are taking you for granted, trust those feelings. That probably is what's happening. And the truth is, it is time. Time for what? It is time for you to just truly lock in, you know. It's time. It's time. It's time for you to go ghost and just focus on yourself for a little bit. It don't gotta be for a long time, but I promise you, when you just focus on you, you start to see things differently. You start to see life differently, you know, and you start to get the results that you're looking for. You start to get the results that you're looking for. You know, we all want to be the best that we can be. We all want to be purpose-driven. We all need respect as well when it comes to those that we hang around. We don't want people to take our presence for granted. So sometimes you just have to remove yourself, you know. I'll tell you something funny, and we'll end off on this. When I was in college, I never really went to college parties. I went to like one, and I never went. But everybody would go, and every weekend it was the same thing. And there would be girls that would speak about it, and they'll say they already know who's gonna be at the party, because they always party. Like, they already know who the people are at that party. And I was laughing. I'm like, that's funny. And the truth is, people pay more attention to who's not there versus who's there. And I always been the type, you know, I always said, I'm just locked in on my purpose, on my goals. Like, I got big dreams. And if, you know, if I have big dreams, then it requires big attention. It requires attention. I got to give it my attention.